What's up, though, homie? A ver.
Hey, Javi. So right now we're
on the tube.
We're going
Okay.
back on. We're going on
Handle.
YouTube, and you know,
Handle.
like I said, I mean, we don't want to be forgetting about our YouTube supporters. So we're gonna go ahead and do a double stream. Unfortunately, the YouTube crowd's not gonna see you, you know, getting down, you busting your Michael Jackson moonwalk and doing the washing machine, todo ese desmadre.
Hey, we can do like the imagination, just imaginary music, homie. I just played in my head, homie. That sugar free we're bumping right now. But yeah, homie. I think it's been a while since we've done just YouTube straight like that, huh? And hopefully nobody lost interest, man. Like I haven't heard from Fish there. I'm thinking maybe he's super busy at work, you know. So I send my saludos to Fish there and to ICEMAN, everybody, the regulars, all the you know, the ones that normally tap in like this, you know, on a day every time we jump on and shit. Just want to appreciate the support, especially for the homie right here, because he's doing that by himself. You know, he's a one-man crew. So like all the support, man, is welcome, man. And I ask that people that, you know, by word of mouth, you know, tell your friend, you know, this is the thing, this is what we're doing. It's a good thing, you know. It's pretty much people getting on here that already did 20, 30 years and then telling their story, and pretty much to so that way we can share it with these kids that are out there, man, and they're messing up. You know, they're I think yesterday we were talking about the unwritten rules that people don't know about prison. That when you come to prison, especially if you're active, you got to do a bunch of shit that is kind of degrading. You know, you got to put fucking knives in your butt. You got to fucking work out with a knife in your butt. You got to take dope from one prison to another prison. You got to travel with a full fucking packed trunk. You know, and it's just uncomfortable shit that the kids don't know about. That, you know, they're out there fucking, you know, slanging dope, doing drugs, fucking, you know, stealing, fucking jacking people, you know, whatever the case is, whatever crime they're doing, it is not worth it to me. Like I'm just, I mean, now I guess it took me. I'm thinking by the age of like maybe when I hit like 35, 40 years old, I had a different kind of mindset. I said, man, you know what? This shit does not pay, and there's a lot of stuff you lose. You know, you lose family in here. You lose, you know, you lose your time. You lose your. Damn, si este güey está. Se anda cagando mi vecino, güey. Oh my god.
Courtesy flush.
Hey, I moved out the no. He's on the fucking phone next to me, and I had to move out the screen. That fool fucking bombed me. Woo.
Chingue, that fool he gassed you, homie.
That shit blasted me. That fucking homie blasted me straight up, homie. Like they put the phones too close to each other, homie. What the fuck?
Hey, payback, homie, payback.
Hey, that's funny, huh? Caught on tape, huh? Caught on tape. Inmate gets bombed by a fucking pedo by the other homie that's on the phone next to me. Like, what the fuck? Are you serious? He put a real sick silencer on that shit, you know, because I ain't hear nothing. It just hit me, bam!
Vámonos, toma.
Hey, and then he's sitting on the floor, and they came from the bottom to the top, boom, because he's sitting down on the floor, like, oh shit, like the worst one you could get, you know, because he rises, so it rises all the way to the top to me, like, damn! Whew. Yeah, that was vicious. But yeah, Spencer, homie, I had to move a little bit. I know I moved off screen, but I had to move a little bit. That shit was super, super hard, homie. Like, whew. Hilarious. But yeah, homie, hey, do you remember like the last time when I was on my story and shit? Do you remember like pretty much? I think it was like 2020. I think 2022 or 21, somewhere when right after COVID hit, huh?
So you had gone through. So you were in Kern when you got to Kern Valley, and then you were working for that one cop in the I don't know, but it was like in the office or somewhere, and then she was tripping on that you got your casco, your dome all tied it up. And then you had. Oh, hey, you know what? Look,
I'm bringing it up a little bit. Look, let me see. Bam, you can see a little bit right there. Look, man, it's just I don't like it, dog. So I just keep my hat on. Like the minute I got the tattoos, homie, like maybe 3 months later, I just didn't like it, homie. So I always wear the hat. Like I don't like it, you know. So right away, I'm like. I mean, I like some pieces. I just didn't like how the homie put he tried to put like barbed wire around my whole head. But the way he went he instead of going in a circle, he kind of brought it down. He tried to connect it to my hairline, but he did it too forward. So it was like like in my forehead. I was like, what the fuck? And I mean, ink is ink, homie. Like once the taka was done, it was one of them tattoos that you get down and like, it's like when they misspell a name. Like, what do? You know, it's either cover it up or take it out. So. that's the situation. But as far as the artwork, like on top, I got like a Virgin Mary on top. I got a cross. I got a Jesus on the left, and in the back, I got a what's it called? I got a like a Day of the Dead in the back. But other than that, fool, like yeah, I want to take it off. I signed up for tattoo removal, and because some of the tattoos they fall right into my forehead, so I don't like that shit. I'll take that off. All right, gracias, amito. Gracias. All right, and yeah, what? I just got payment. What's a chili lime soup? What's a chili lime soup? What's a la miras?
Let me see. Let
Chili
me
lime
see.
sopas. Chili lime sopas. Look it.
Damn,
That.
you got that. You did
Uh,
that.
yeah, homie. And that's what I do, homie. Like, my whole prison term, dog. Like, I thank God that I got a talent, homie, and this talent has been providing my food, homie. Like, I'm self sufficient, homie. I make my own money. You know, there's times when I make $300 a month, 400 on a good month. I'll make like $600, and I don't really ask my family for money, dog. I don't ask. You know, I try not to ask my mom. Like I think this whole entire year I asked my sister twice, and so I try not to, homie, because I put myself in here, dog. I put myself in here. I think we're grown men, dog. Like we are. Like my dad used to tell me, like, mijo, ya tienes pelos en los huevos. You know, you're supposed to make your own money. Stop asking people for money. Stop smooching off of people. It's just not good for you because you know people are still gonna keep helping, but how are you gonna feel? Are you gonna feel proud of yourself? Are you gonna feel a man? And there's a lot of dudes that sit here, fool, and they just wait on mommy and daddy and girlfriend and brother, and that's what they do, fool. They don't do nothing. They don't want to fucking hustle. They don't want to draw. They feel that's degrading, you know. And I do everything, homie. I fix radios. I draw. I fucking iron. I sew. I don't care what anybody says. It's money, you know. And I'm proud of of the person I am, dog. Some people think that's and people think because I hustle I'm broke, right? But I have more. Like I have way more shit than a lot of these dudes because they fucking all this shit goes straight to the connector, homie. They spend a lot of the stuff on dope. So I'm constantly people going up there and asking me fucking for suits and coffee. But I still give, homie. I give because it's always giving me back. Like when you give, you sometimes you get back tenfold, homie. So people always tell me like, "Hey, fool, stop being too nice, homie. It doesn't work out." But hey, look, I've been down 30 years, homie, and you know I think there's times when I'm dry. I don't hardly have anything, but it's been working out. But yeah, so I think I was in 2020 when I just came back from the hospital. I think I was working in a package room. I was working in a package room, and my boss, there was people dropping kites on me, saying that I was bringing in cell phones to the package room. That I was, and it was all bogus lies, homie. The lieutenant would tell me, "Hey, Javi, so what's up? Do you wanna bounce? Do you wanna go to the hole? Because they're saying that if you don't stab a cop, that they're gonna stab you." And I go, "Man, that's such a lie. You could put me back in the building right now. Give me the marriage chrono. I'll sign it. It's called a marriage chrono. That means it's like a get along chrono. That means that once you sign that chrono, they're not liable for whatever happens to you. So only you know, right? If you're fucking up and you're doing something, then you're not gonna sign the chrono if you're really into if something's going on. But I knew for a fact I wasn't doing nothing, so I signed a chrono. I went back in the building, and nothing ever happened. It was just somebody hating on me. They was trying to get me on my job, you know. And yeah, that's like the job that everybody wants, homie. Is the package officer wants to hire two. They could hire two workers, and you get all the turn-in stuff. You run into like a bunch of people that turn in good CDs. Because every time you order new CDs, you got to give up your old ones. So or good, you know, people turn. There's people in here that got money, dog. So they'll turn in like a brand new TV because they didn't like the functions, but the TV's brand new. So I would come up on that and I'll bring it back. And I wasn't tied, dog. I wasn't expensive. I would bring it back and sell it on a tier for like $10, $20. Sometimes I would give them away. You know, it's either that or throw it in the hot trash. But yeah, so I would constantly have to fucking go through like a bunch of hating, dog. People always gonna hate when you're doing good. People always gonna hate. So I was thinking, okay, so by me being nice and bringing shit back and giving them shit for free, I would think that would help. It would limit the backlashing or the smut smearers and whatever, you know, people that talk shit. But it never works, homie. It never works. People are never happy. People just want more and more. So the more you give, the more you win. The more you give, the more they want, homie. And then they get used to it, and they're thinking that because you're giving them things that you're soft. That you know, that's when they misinterpret that the kindness for weakness. So I had to go through a lot of that shit. You know, most of my shoe terms that I got, and every time I ended up in the hole was because of that. So like I try so hard, fool, to be mean. I just can't. Like people come to my house, they, hey, fool, can I get a soup? And if I have the soups, it's so hard for me to lie and say I don't have none. And I know a lot of people do that. A lot of people say, "Ah, oh, nah, homie, we don't have no more. We out," and they have like 300 soups in under the bunk and shit. So like, yeah, but yeah, it's all right. I'm hoping I go to board this year coming up. In I think February or March of next year, and I'm on my way out, homie. So they're gonna have to let me out. I mean, I don't think they're gonna keep me in here forever. I'm not in here fucking up. I'm not constantly fucking. I stopped. As far as violence, I became like non-violent back maybe after 2018, after I got my single cell status, and so yeah. Right now I'm going through my whole process of getting my GED, writing all my support, all my remorse letters, my what's it called, the letter to the. So what a lot of people do, they write a letter to the victim's mom, and you tell them how bad you feel about what happened to his son, and that now basically your redemption, and you understand, and that you understand how much pain and how much sorrow you caused, not only that side of the family, but your side of the family, and even the neighborhood right there in the area, because when you commit a crime in your area, in the neighborhood, people start to they start to be scared to be out, to come out and let the kids out. So it's like it's a bunch of shit that gets, it's a domino effect, like a bunch of things go wrong when that happens. People lose trust with each other. Neighbors don't trust each other. They don't trust each other's kids. You don't want to go to liquor store. You don't want to, So I understood. Once I got older, how much I actually caused that day. Like how much sorrow, how much it was just a lot of hurt. And now that I'm older, bro, like I know I'm not in here forever. Like I know nobody lives forever, and this journey that we call life is just we're passing through. So I choose to be good, homie. I choose to be nice. I choose to be kind. I choose to just, by choice, bro. Like I've turned I've turned the other cheek, and then the board told me, go look, when you get punched on, just tuck and roll, And I looked at him like, do you know how hard that is to be able to let somebody punch on you and not hit back? You know how much you get clowned, especially in prison, and how many people are gonna say, oh man, you ain't nothing but a softie, or I don't want to cuss because your little daughter right there, but like people start, oh, you're not nothing but a B, or que sabe que, or you fucking beat out, and you peed your pants and shit like that. So you still got to deal. Not only somebody put hands on you, you still got to deal with people talking bad about you, saying that you're soft. So it's pretty hard. But I finally did it. I finally did it, and and it's logged. So when I go to board, if they say that again, I go, look, I went back and I did exactly what you told me to do. That if I encounter and I get into like a situation where where it's gonna become violent, they just just cover your face. If they're gonna punch, let them punch you. Just don't punch back. So it shows that you're willing to sacrifice that violence that you were willing, that you used to fucking resort to back then when you were impulsive or compulsive. But yeah, homie.
Hey, Javi.
Yeah.
So it's about to cut off. I still got Fetty on the account if you want to call back. But before you hang up, don't hang up because I know you're always quick on the draw. I got some messages I want to read off to you here. We got a message from Tammy, and she says 100%, 100%, 100%. Javi, that's true. A lot of guys play a lot of girls for money. So yeah, that's one thing. Javi's not he's not over here sharking. On the ladies. He's not trying to play anybody.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? But if you want to reach out and speak to him, hey, he'll be more than happy to talk, and he won't be hitting you up. He's not gonna be telling you that his TV broke or his watch broke.
I'm proud of that, bro. And thank you for saying that, James. I appreciate that because I could tell you, man, like almost every other inmate, that's what they want. And like, hey, hook it up, man. And then they're quick to ask girls for shit. And I always tell them, like, look, homie, how much of a
Yep. All right. So let me see here. So the call was done, and he should be calling back right now. And once he does, then we'll go ahead and continue. And Ray, California, only 6 years of self-repair. He won't get a free ticket. Board will deny for the next 2 meetings. GL. It took me forever. Yeah. Well, you know what? He's already been denied. He got denied last year. So I think it depends on the individual. that's going up to the board. It also depends on who's on the board and what level and what prison you're at. I know sometimes, people that shouldn't get found suitable get found suitable. Sometimes people that should get found suitable don't get suitable. So you just never know when you're going to these parole board meetings. You might not, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So far, from the gentlemen that have come on here and shared their stories, and it's been about 14, I think like 14 or 15 gentlemen that have come on. I started the channel back in September, and only so far only one person's paroled, and that would be Big Joe. He paroled 3 weeks now. What is it? Today's Wednesday. Yeah, so 3 weeks ago he paroled after 27 years. And the first time he went to the parole board, yeah, you're right. He was not found suitable. He was found suitable on the second time around. He got found suitable in October of last year. And he paroled on March? I think March 27th. So, next week it'll be his fourth week, and he'll be hitting a month of being on the streets after 27 years. So, you have to convince the meetings that you're ready to be their neighbor. Yeah. Because too, at the end of the day, if somebody comes home and they finesse the board, and they're able to get out and something, they do something, that's going to reflect bad on the board, and might end up costing them their livelihood, resigning their job because they obviously did a bad call. But from what I've read, lifers coming back, the numbers are really low because they know what it is. I mean, one point in time, here we go. How much money do I got? $5.80 left. All right, so we're just waiting for the car to connect, and as soon as it connects, then it might not. I think it might not work right now. When it does that, it normally doesn't work. So. Let me see here. I'll just have him call back. All right. So we'll just wait for him to call back, and that's pretty much it. Let me see. And now I'm gonna go through the comments right now while I'm waiting for him to call back. So I see Kimberly coming in from Pomona. And Giselle, I really appreciate that rose you sent over. We got Yvette 5628. Katharina Marie, get it. And I'm assuming that she was putting that when Javi was doing the stanky leg. We got Erica, damn. And Diana Hernandez. Una pregunta, ¿es aquí en California? If Diana's still in here, sí es California, y es en la prisión de Centinela, en la ciudad de Imperial, pienso que se dice en español. And let me see here. Oh, Luz was in here. Good morning, Javier, and I'll let him know when he comes back. All right, here we go. Let's see. Is it gonna connect? Well, we got that, so that's a good sign. These kiosks be tripping. All right, so it doesn't look like it's gonna connect. He's probably gonna have to call back. Sorry, there was an issue. Even the video business be tripping. All right, he's calling in.
This call is now being
Global
recorded.
Talent. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Talent.
Hello, Javi.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, homie? What's up? Hey, so I tried to go back on there and it wasn't go. You weren't picking up. It wasn't working.
Yeah, no, it was picking up. It just wasn't connecting. It wasn't connecting.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to try? You want to finish up on regular phone and try next time? Save that one for next time, or you want me to jump back on there?
Just, I mean, shit, we're on here now. So if you want to give it one more go, and then if it doesn't work, just call back.
Okay. Go back on. I'm gonna do it over here. I'm gonna do it on the telly. Go back on.
Okay, I'm already here, homie. I'm ready, homie. I'm ready. I stay ready. All right, so Javi's gonna be calling back. We'll see. We'll see what happens right now. Oh yeah, Marlene. Yeah, you missed. He was doing the washing machine. He was doing the Michael Jackson moonwalk. Nah, he wasn't doing all of that. But he was, he was handling. He was doing the damn thing. And then Ray California, keep doing your thing, bro. Hey, yeah, I plan on it. And over here, pretty much what I'm interested in, getting from them is their journey, their life journey. What led them up to the point where they're at in their lives, and where they're going once they come home. So last week, I was out I went out, I landed in LAX, went out to Riverside, met up with Joe, just to follow up with him to do a 2-week update to see where he's at, how he's feeling, how's everything going. And so far so good. Everything's good. He's he's always positive. And then let me see. Oldies forever. You came up on my FYP. I'm not. What does? Can somebody school me on this? What does FYP mean? I'm not familiar on it. To be quite honest with you, prior to this, I didn't have any experience with TikTok or Instagram or YouTube or anything of that nature. So I'm a bit green behind the ears over here, if you will. All right, it's connecting. All right.
What's up, man? Go back on.
That's right. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey. So La Marlene, she said she missed out. She missed out on you getting down.
Hey, you know what's crazy, fool? That like it's cool. I mean, I was able to do it, but I think you gotta tweak out the rhythm with the beat, because it's like maybe like a third of a second, a little bit behind. So when I move, then it moves. Like right now, it looks like it's right on time. But when I was on the other one, every time I would move, it wasn't going to the beat. But yeah, we'll keep trying, fool, until you get a good one. I want to get you a good one, fool. And then once you catch a good one, you can post that one out. I think that'll be cool, because the homie El Jesse la hizo, way.
Yeah.
And it's like that was like the talk of the fucking day. We're like, he was showing everybody, because here he is, an inmate, a straight life or a life without, and that fool looks super happy to be in prison. It was just hilarious. We were all laughing, like, look at your ass, fool. He looked funny too, little chaparrito with the brocha. He looked like Mario Brothers. Anyway, so he was silly, fool. Came out good though. But yeah, homie, so also, so what do you think? The way you're like when you're running it. So también you said it was coming out. Estaba corriendo on Instagram. You were still doing all 4 of them that time. Yes, earlier.
So right now, no, right now we're only I'm only running it on TikTok and on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think that's cool. Yeah, man. So yeah, fool, I was right there, Kern Valley, homie. I think that prison right there just did not want to let me go nowhere, dog. Cause I left. I know you. I'm pretty sure you remember, and if you recall, like I left and did 2 shoot terms from that prison, you know. And after my shoot term was done, I went right back to the same prison. I went to the hole, ran right back to the same building. I went actually went to the hole like 3 times when I was in D yards 6 block. Went right back to the same building, and it was like for some reason, fool. Like I really thought I was never gonna get out that prison. So that was it was messing up my possibilities and my chances to get in a righteous board hearing, homie, because you're never gonna get a release date from a level 4 180. Level 4 180. That's never gonna happen, homie. The board wants to see that you're able to bring down your points. Well, the point system kind of switched up a little bit now. Even if you got like 100 points or under 100 points, they can override you. So I'm here on an override. So I finally hit a level 3. I never pictured myself being in a level 3.
Hey,
I never
Javi.
thought I was gonna be in a level 3. Yeah.
Hey, so
Yeah.
how many points do you have since you're an override?
I think 90. So you can have 95. You can have 95.
You got
You can have
95
95.
points.
Yeah, 95.
So
Yeah.
your points are technically a level 4 180, right?
Yeah. Yeah. My points are technically level 4. Yeah, 180 basically. Yeah. And yeah. So they gave me a chance, homie. The counselors, homie, and the counselor told me one time. He goes, "Look, Javi, hey, my boy, like you're not in here messing up no more. We all noticed a big change in you. Like I even had officers that wrote support letters for me, fool, and that's unheard of. They're called laudatory chronicles, and they said like this dude went from fucking up, like getting into like fucking 13 fights a year, you know, fucking stabbing motherfuckers every 3 years, and that's what the average. I caught a shoot term every 3 fucking years to boom, not doing nothing no more. I'm just chilling, homie. Like I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care what anybody says. I know what I got. I know what I can still do. But I'm not gonna go there, you know. So I'm just having to deal with the fools that think that that I'm soft. They're like, oh, but I don't care no more, homie. It's like I'm just trying to go home, bro. It takes courage, homie. It takes courage to be able to fucking ignore everything and fucking and to let these fools talk shit or fucking diss you or call you a b word or fucking or not pay you when you do some kind of drawing from or you fix something. Some of these dudes they ride on that because they're like, fuck that dude. He's going home. He's trying to go home. He's a lifer. Man, I could fucking get him to fix my TV and I gotta pay him. He ain't gonna do shit about it. But hey, homie, best believe that back 10 years ago, that was I would have been acting different, homie. But I'm older now. Oh shit! Hold on,
Yard down.
down, homie. Yeah.
Hey, don't hang
Yeah.
up. Don't hang up, fool.
No, I'm gonna stay right here. Yeah, they dropped it to the ground, homie. Dropped the low. They dropped the low. Yeah, homie, and so that's the only thing, fool. Like especially being on a level 3 is like you run into different kind of people, homie. You got a bunch of dumbass little kids that never been nowhere, and they're walking around hella hard. They think they're fucking. They think they're fucking. Then they really think they're like in a badass fucking super hard super max prison, and fuck, they don't realize, homie. Like prison is like a complete 360 compared to how I used to be. So it's hella soft, homie. Like a lot of these kids, fool, they lock them down for 1 day or 2 days, and they're fucking kicking the doors, crying, complaining.
Hey, Javi.
And yeah.
Hey, move the kiosk so we could get a better angle.
I can't move the big ass kiosk. Hey, look, you see my hand? Look it. You see my hand?
Nah, we can't see it. Hey, wait.
Watch out, espérate. You see my hand?
Oh yeah. Hey, wait.
Yeah.
Hey, you're gonna have to.
Okay,
Hey, you're gonna have to yell. You're gonna have to yell. Yard down.
Yeah, they resume. Don't be false alarm, man. We get false alarm all the time, homie. That's why half the time, fool. Like when you go to yard, you want to take like a towel, or you want to take an extra shirt. You want to take a sweater. You want to take a laundry bag, because when they say yard down, if they catch you on the dirt, like where they play soccer, that's where you gotta go down. Because if you run through the grass, these cops, they don't like that. They're like, hey, how come you didn't go down when you told you to down? You got to get down where you're at. So a lot of people usually run towards the grass. I don't risk that, homie. I take an extra towel or something. I just lay it on the floor and then I'll sit on the towel. But yeah, homie, this is something completely different, homie. This is a lot of program. You don't forget, I'm coming from a prison where I would spend maybe like 24 hours a day in my cell, sometimes 23, sometimes 22 hours a day if I went to school. If they ran day room, like we were getting day room like once a week, yard like every 2 months, like twice a month, So, transitioning from a prison where I was in my cell 24/7 half the time, or 80% of the time, and then coming to this prison, where I get up in the morning and then I walk to chow. Over there, they feed you. They bring the food to your cell. They bring the canteen to your cell. So now I gotta walk to chow. I gotta walk to the canteen, and I go to school. So it's like a lot of time out of my cell. So it's like it kind of messes up my little program that I had for 30 years. So I would draw from like 6. So I would wake up, eat breakfast, and I would draw from like somewhere in between, from like 9 o'clock in the morning to like 11 o'clock at night. I would usually just off and on, just draw, and I would get my workout in between time, do my laundry, because we weren't going nowhere. We were in our cell all the time, and then I come here. I go to school at 7:30. I'm at school, or 7:15, and then I come back around 10 o'clock, 9:30. And so that's been my program since I've been here, dog. So I'm still getting used to it, because I gotta walk the child, and oh man, sometimes I don't even go, dog, because you get stuck over there.
What's going on now? There's commotion over there.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, but yeah, man, it's crazy. Fuck, yeah, they dropped me off my sodas right now. Yeah, homie. I don't even know where they come from. The homie say, hey, I put 2 cases of sodas in front of her. Hey, who are they from? Okay. All right. Yeah, I got it. But yeah, homie, hell yeah, sodas, chicharrones, chili lime sopas, and I got some motherfucking beef, shredded beef, some burritos. I got tostadas. I got mayonesa. I'm gonna hook it up right now. It's gonna be all good when I get back in the house. Yeah.
Hey, fool, you're gonna get back right on that one vato that did the drive by on you.
Yeah, hey, that fool fucking bombed me, homie, and it was a little fat dude too. So you could imagine what kind of smell came out of that, right? And
like a dead conca was in there.
Hey, and it's funny because he was sitting maybe about 2 feet away from me, and he was sitting down using the phone, right? And I seen him kind of lean a little bit to the left. So he was kind of sliding. So that's what he was doing, homie. He was spreading his little butt cheek so he could let out a little silencer, And homie, that shit, woo! That shit was no joke. I went out there like, damn. I skedaddled, homie. I te guacho. But yeah, homie, that's the kind of shit you gotta fucking deal with in prison, homie. Some fools just, they don't care, homie. So, imagine, I've had cellies who that would fart while I was eating, how do you go about, first of all, how do you go about telling him, hey, homie, what's wrong with you, right? And then sometimes some of these kids, they just got some messed up responses, why, what's up, what's wrong with it? And the only answer to that is just fucking dropping them, bam, what do you mean what's wrong with that, So it's hard as fucking to let go of some of the disrespects that goes on inside a cell. They got people that eat without they eat with the mouth open. They got people that burp hella loud while you're eating. They got people that fart. They got people that go and want to take a dump while you're eating. What the fuck? So yeah, but I don't got to deal with that no more, dog. I don't got to deal with that no more. I'm reaching maybe the 8-year mark single cell status, and I'm happy, homie. And hopefully I'll make it out of here staying single cell, because I noticed since I'm, yeah.
Hey, Javi, so right now you described all of that stuff, eating with your mouth open, passing gas, burping loud. Yeah. Man, my lady, if she hears you right now, she'll be she'll be checking off all the boxes talking about that. I'm a straight dirtbag.
Say it ain't so. Hey, how about the ones that be brushing their teeth and they spin right there in the fucking sink while you're brushing teeth? También. It's crazy. Yeah.
I be spitting in the sink. I be spitting in the sink all day.
Hey, so Gary goes, hey, why'd you put me under? I gave him no permission. I go, homie, they ask you, do you want pen pals? And we got the recording. We'll play it back to you. He goes, I thought James was asking.
No, I wasn't asking.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I'm telling you. He said he wasn't asking. It was that Hunter. Yeah. And your answer was well, I don't want commitments. Well, in other words, so you left it open so you want pen pals. He didn't say, do you want commitments? He didn't want pen pals. And what's the first inmate I ever run into that's complaining about getting pen pals? What the fuck? How the hell are you gonna complain? You should. Mr. fucking PPD nice. I'm gonna have more blocks than I ever had. Yeah, hey, he got 10 bottles and shit. Hey, on his it says I take males and females. On mine it says hey, I was giving this fool carrilla, homie. Hey, remember at the end he tried to give me the last 60 seconds of the last. I was what the fucking cold-hearted fool. Hey, I went and got him a trash can to sit on because he was complaining about his legs. And then I took off my paño. I had a brand new paño. I took off my paño and I put it on top so his brand new Levi's don't get no fucking dirt in them. And he just sat there and made a face like he was barely satisfied. You know, like, homie, if somebody would have done that to me, I'd say, hey, homie, hey, un chingo de gracias, you know, but not him. He like, yeah, it's all right. It's cool. Hey, so that's how we get down right here, homie. Like, you know, we got little hiccups as far as the friendship goes with like certain people, and we gotta keep pushing. You can't dwell and hold grudges and shit like that because you're just gonna make shit uncomfortable. We're all in the same fucking building. You can't avoid nobody. You're gonna run into them. You walk by each other all the time. Every time I go to breakfast, I walk by his house. Every time he comes out to work, he walks by my house. So you always gonna fucking just confront fucking little uncomfortable situations. And yeah, and I told him, bro, like you took my first fucking, you took like my first fucking 2 visits, fool, and I didn't like everybody got on except me and used up all my fucking money on my fucking tablet. I was left with like $3. I had $20 of it. I was left with $3, and I didn't even get on. What the hell? Yeah, that shit was hilarious, bro. But you know what? I'm very happy that at least Angel got a pen pal, the little youngster got a pen pal. So that's where I get my joy, homie. My joy, if I can help somebody, it's a gratifying feeling, homie. It makes me feel good that I could put, like, I could change somebody's days, and we could put them, like, you had a lot to do with it, homie. You know, and then Juanita, the KC fan, saludos to Juanita. She's an angel, man. Like that person is doing that for free. You know, there's people that charge for that, bro. They charge for that. Like they get on, they want to charge you $50 or $30, and then half the time they only put you like on one site. She put them on every single site, you know. So like as far as I go, like as far as me, like I'm cool. I'm happy with what I got right now. And like I got Biddy K, like me and Biddy K, we talk most of the time. I spend my time with her. You already know. And if I'm not with her, I'm either with you or my prima. It's about to cut off, homie. But yeah, homie. Hey, chingo de gracias. Do you
Hey,
want me to
call
call
back.
that regular? Okay.
Call back. Call
Regular?
back. Yeah, Simon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A rato.
I got macho chile limon in the house. A ver, puya, say it. Lights is like a candle. No, it's not. It's not.
Because it ain't over. It ain't over. Yep.
Hey.
All right. So Javier will be calling back shortly. Let me. I'm gonna take this phone off because we don't need it no more. And there we go. Get out the way. He's gonna be calling back right now. So it's just gonna be a regular garbage till link phone call. And so we're just waiting for that right now. Hey, Marlene. So Javi wants all the spotlight, and then all these girls adding Gary, then blocking him because he didn't want no relationship. What? How many marriage proposals did he get already? I heard about that. Gary wants to take it. He wants to take it low and slow. He don't want to rush into anything, right? But man, that's funny. Yeah, he was telling me about it earlier on because he called me up like at about a little bit past 9 o'clock, and we were talking before we went on. I didn't think they were gonna hold yard today because they were GTL was installing some type of new devices right there. And I guess by the time they cleaned up everything, they did end up laying them out, but it was a little bit later than their normal programming time. And then Music Junkie puts he's like, damn, they really want inmates for a boyfriend. Told him, I guess it's in style. Yup, it is. It definitely is. You're not lying, Marlene. It's the latest craze sweeping the nation. So, are you at work right now? Are you off today? So let me see. It's already 11 o'clock. So we'll probably be on maybe for like another 30 minutes or so. Maybe depends, or maybe I'm not sure because I gotta go ahead and go feed my daughter. She hasn't ate yet. ¿Ya te lavaste los dientes, mama? You forgot about it? Samantina, vaya a lavarse los dientes. Vaya, mama. Vaya, mi niña. Hey, thank you, Oldies Forever. Really appreciate you sharing the live. And I appreciate all of you guys. Whoever jumps on these streams and shares them and or puts comments or just watches. All of that is it's highly appreciated. And then Marlene, Marlene's going in at 12:30, half a day. Oh man, that's what's up. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna turn the camera a little bit to the left because my daughter's right here, and I don't want her to accidentally come up on the screen. And here we go. So I've been thinking about like new things to put on the background and stuff. So this is some of the stuff that I've put in the background. got all these old cuernos, got all these old phones and whatnot. And you know what? I should probably let me see. Right here he is. He's calling back.
This call is now being
Esta
recorded.
es Global Talent. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. Gracias por utilizar Global Talent.
Hello, Javi.
Okay. Yeah, let me finish right here. I got the audio and everything. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Let me finish right here. I'll do it for you. Okay. Hey, what's up, homie?
It was say tell him we need upfront payment. No IOUs, no cash on delivery.
Hey, watch out. Jay said, I wanted to share my hotel. Jay said, tell Ron we need upfront payment for the hot pot. He heard you, fool. Yeah. Hey, how did you know, homie? Yeah, so his hot pot blew up, right? He's like, hey, homie, hey, look at my hot pot fucked up. He saw me, he goes, yeah, I got you. I'll do it later. And that's when you say, yeah, tell him we need upfront payment. So he be knowing. Hey, that's funny, huh? So everybody knows, like, even Ron knows, like, there's a bunch of scumbags out Ron. Like, half the motherfuckers, they want to ship it, and they don't like to pay it. I know. Yeah. Hey, but yeah, homie, so that's the shit I gotta deal with, right? But, like, it's either that or do nothing, because it's just shit that I do, homie. I'm always gonna be, look, that's why I tell people, look, it's all right. Don't pay me, homie, but I'll tell you what. You're gonna need me before I need you. Something else is gonna break, and sure enough, a lot of times, a lot of these dudes that don't pay me, the shit will break, and they'll write me a long-ass letter with the payment, like, hey, homie, I'm sorry it took so long, homie. Here's the $10. Hey, but my TV went out. Can you take a look at it? I'm like, exactly what I told you, homie. Exactly what I told you. It's all right. Keep that fucking money. You ain't burning me. I'm giving it to you, but don't come back to me. And that's how I operate, homie. That's how it works.
That's why, and Darlene, I'm calling Marlene Darlene now. Chin Gators. I'm definitely messing it up over here.
You're gonna get in trouble. It's Darlene, baby. Hey, what she say? What she say?
Is you remember when I used to call her? When I used to call her.
Yeah, that's funny. So, hey, yeah. Marlene. Okay, saludos, Marlene. Saludos, Regina. I was right here with Gary. Gary's still pleading his case. Like, hey, homie, I didn't ask for PayPal, homie. I didn't give you permission. I'm like, how dare you complain about getting PayPal, homie? That's what everybody wants. Like, homie, it's just friends. You're not committing. If you're committed, then you got to let everybody know you're committed. Like, okay, I don't want no more PayPal. Like, and that's it. But let people know. But when you got on there, they asked you, do you want a PayPal? And your answer was exactly like this. Oh, I'm not looking for commitment. Okay, so you left it open. You give it a little wiggle room for that you do want PayPal. Because the question was, do you want PayPal? And the answer was, I don't want commitment. What does that mean? I want PayPal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, homie. So, hey, so what's up with you, James? Like, you too, you gotta share, homie, part of your story too. Like, I remember we left out when you had to sleep with wet blankets in the camp in county jail.
Shit, for those fucking wet blankets. For that was all bad. Up in it was in Wayside. What was it? Medium. I'm not sure if it was medium north or medium south. Medium. One of them was dorms. Was dorm living. and the other one was pods. I don't remember. I want to say maybe it was medium north, medium. I don't remember. Medium north, medium south. One of the other. I ended up on Ebro, and it was all bad. You know, hey, so trip out. So that time when the cops ended up throwing my blankets in the toilet, like a day or two later, they came. The commissioners came down from county to let me know that they were gonna. I was gonna have a hearing for a county parole hearing, and and I ended up going down a few days later. They ended up shooting me down to county, and they held like a hearing, an interview where you know they were asking me, you know why should they let me come home early, and good for me, you know, I had never been to prison by that time, or ever. I never ended up going to prison, but a lot of the people everybody in that tank that was there, everybody had already been to prison. You know, they were out on parole. People were out on bail. That's madre, homie. You know, the usual suspects.
Two-time felon. They called two-time felon. Tell me, repeat offenders. They were repeat offenders.
Yeah.
And what happened?
They were doing life, my boy. They were doing life on the installment plan.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so after they interviewed me, you know, everybody got interviewed, and then we had to wait. And then after a while, the copper came back to the celda, and she was reading everybody's name. Jose denied. Aguilar denied. Lopez denied. James granted.
Hey, that's tight, fool. And you got approved. Everybody was hating,
Everybody was heated, fool. And fool, by that was in the morning, fool. By the nighttime, fool, I was already in the calles already. They released me that night. I ended up coming, and that was a trip because just like the day before, you know, I came home. I ended up coming home in March. I was supposed to be there until July because at that time we were doing 7 months and 20 days.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
During that time, so this was back in 2001. So during that time in LA County, you were doing 7 months and 20 days off a county lid. So I was I had already been down November, December, January, February, March. So almost like a little bit, probably like maybe like 4, almost 5 months. By the time I ended up coming home. And man, I didn't even have money for the bus. It was all bad. So luckily right there, luckily right there in county jail, Twin Towers, they used to have a bus depot where the buses would the RTD or the MTA buses used to pull up. So when I used to get released from county, sometimes because I wouldn't have $1 to my name when I would get released. You know, I was straight indigent. I would walk over to the bus depot, and then I would ask the bus drivers. I'd be like, hey, can you hook me up with some transfers? You know, I just got released. I don't have any money, and most of the time they would be cool. They'll shoot me like 2-3 transfers. You know, so then with the transfer you could just jump on the bus, you know, and get to wherever you need to get to. So that day when I got home, when I got released, at that time, you know, I had a daughter. So this was 2000. So she was maybe like 4 or 5 years old at this time. So what I ended up doing, I ended up jumping on the metro, the red line. At that time it was the red line. Then I was right there at a Union Station, and then I caught it all the way to 7M Metro, and the 7M Metro they have the blue line. I jumped on the blue line, and I shot.
The blue line,
So I shot.
To Long Beach,
Yeah, so because at that time my daughter she lived in Linwood, so I jumped on the blue line, jumped off on Imperial, jumped on the 60, then walked the rest of the way to her house, and I went to pick her up. And then you know, I brought her with me because I hadn't seen her in months, and and man, it was and that was the last time I went back. You know, like after that I couldn't do it anymore. Like it was a wrap for me.
I laugh, fool. So I get it though, because I understand. Like, look, I remember when I first did my first 3 months, and it felt like it was the end of the world. It felt like, to me, it felt like it was 3 years, right? Because you go from being just completely free to go wherever you want, whenever you want, right? So and then boom, they snatch you up and they put you in juvenile. Look, for me it was juvenile hall, and they put you in juvenile hall, and now you're in a little room, and you come out when they tell you to come out, and you go and you eat when they tell you you're gonna eat. So that your control settings in the beginning, you know, for us, like people that we're not meant to be born to be caged up, right? To be living in a cage. So it's hard. I mean, it's hard. So I think because you got on your first stretch, you got a 7 month, a whole county lid. That I think that helped you versus me. I was only getting like 3 months at a time, you know. So I was getting 30 days. I remember one time it was just 30 days. So and then all that, like just seeing that it was 30 days and 3 months. To me, it wasn't shit. So as I kept fucking up, I got out like, oh man, fuck it, I'll wait for 3 months in prison or juvenile at the time. And so when I became an adult, they gave me ORs. So I got busted 3 times, and they let me go the same day.
Yeah.
I signed up for order release, you know. So
Hey.
I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this shit, you know? So yeah.
Hey, so but let me tell you. So
You know.
you know, I had already, I went through the halls, Ricardo M time. I started going to camp,
Yeah.
and then you know, eventually I made my way up to county jail. And you know what? Ultimately, you know, reflecting on you know everything that I've been through, one of the biggest reasons, one of the biggest turnoffs to county jail was the politics. I couldn't, the politics never set well for me, and that's one of the that's one of the biggest reasons that I stopped messing around because it wasn't fun anymore. And by this point, I already knew like I wasn't have to deal with this. I wasn't have to deal with this for years. You know, if I go to prison, because prison, you know, I was at least gonna be I was gonna be going up there for either 16.5 or 3.5, and I wasn't willing to dedicate that amount of time of my life to the prison system. That shit was just out of the question. And then like I would see like a lot of the ways a lot of these dudes would move around, you know. If you don't have people on the street, you don't have people supporting you, you don't have a girlfriend, you don't have multiple women, you know, taking care of you, it was gonna be a hard time. You were gonna be hungry. And then if it wasn't somebody that if you didn't fall into their good graces, or if you weren't running in the circles, you were definitely gonna be hard timing it.
Yeah, that's what it is, homie. So, to me, it's the same thing, bro. It's the same exact thing. I just didn't know how to go about it. Because you got out, and you never came back in. So I didn't know how to go about it because I got stuck. I couldn't go. I was a lifer. So how do you go about not having to deal with it? When my first time that I went to prison, I got stuck, and I had to live with the politics, homie. And I did it for 16 years, bro. So you can only imagine the shit I had to swallow, the tongues I had, how many times I had to bite my tongue, homie, having to hear or to listen to another man telling me, another grown-ass man that's not even related to me, he's not even my blood related, that having to tell me what I could do and what I cannot do. I didn't even listen to my mom and dad, and so that was kind of fucked up. I mean, hey, I'll send you a tank top right now. And that was kind of fucked up to me, like, why am I going to be here? How much longer am I going to do this? Why am I going to listen to these dudes when I didn't listen to my mom and dad? So I felt like that was like a major disrespect and a slap in the face to my mom and dad. So that right there was just, I just didn't know when to do it, homie, and I can't believe that I prolonged it all the way to like 16 years. Hey, but we'll get you for sure, yeah. Oh shit, my door's been open. I've been standing in front of my door waiting for the Huda to open my door. And fucking it's been open. Okay. In the house, homie. In the house. Look at the silence. Look at how quiet it is in here, look.
You can hear a pin drop.
Look at homie, look at here's the pin, look. You heard it, look. Beautiful. But yeah, homie, home sweet home, homie. I love being in my cell, homie. I think I'm at my best. I'm at my best, homie, when I'm in my cell, homie. I'm at my best, homie. Everything's cool in my house, you know. I got my music. I got the TV. I got the food. Everything I want is in here. Everything I don't want is out there. Except the kiosk. The kiosk is cool that we go out there and do the video with it. But yeah, homie, I can't wait to get out of here, bro. Like, I'm not hard timing, but who wouldn't want to get out, right? Like, the main reason is just so I can be with family, homie. I got a big family, homie, you know, and I miss them all, you know. They might not miss me because I've been out of sight, you know, out of sight, out of mind, but I miss them because they're not out of mind. You know, the only thing we got is the mind, so we're all constantly thinking about the outside and constantly thinking about you know, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sisters, my prima, my cousins, all that. So they're out there and they have too many distractions, so they don't hardly think about us in here. I'm pretty sure my mom does. So my mom, probably my dad, but yeah. So I'm at the end, homie. I'm at the end of my prison, doing my time, and I'm preparing, dog. I'm preparing and you know, getting out on TikTok and clowning around and laughing and talking to you and doing the YouTube and talking, and, you know, it's helping me. It's helping me, fool, because it wasn't easy, you know. And I'm always gonna go back to the beginning, the beginning of the whole thing. Like, oh man, I don't know if I can do this, but I did it. I did it, and here we are now. And but yeah, homie, fucking, it's something.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
It's something crazy, bro. Like, you really think about it. Like, a lot of us, we don't care. Like you, I think you got busted your first time. You were fucking vandalism. What was the first, vandalism or something like that?
Vandalism,
so
graffiti, vandalism.
Yeah, fool. You were that famous Chaka, huh? Was that you, homie? The Chaka. Hey, all I ever seen everywhere, I would see Chaka.
Charlie.
Hey, but yeah, that shit was vicious. Hey, you guys came out on all the taggers. They became kind of violent, homie. First, they became like regular taggers, and then they were starting to become they were starting to act violent, homie. They were fucking beating against each other. They wanted this train, they wanted this building, that's my building, that's...
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
But yeah, I remember it came out on America's Most Wanted, homie.
Hey.
When they were looking for all the taggers. Yeah.
Call back, homie. Call back.
Okay. All right.
Marlene says, laughing out loud. Chaka, hey, Chaka, he's been, I knew a few years back, you know, he was making a comeback, doing the damn thing. And, man, I would daydream about making a comeback, but shit, I'm fucking too old for that shit. But, you know, if I still had it in me, I would definitely, you know, make a comeback. But with bills and, you know, insurance and this, that, and the other, you know, having a family, you know, I don't have the luxury of, you know, risking, you know, taking that ride. And definitely not trying to end up in county jail right now. No, thank you. No, gracias. All bad.
Esta es Global
call is now
Challenge.
being
Usted
recorded.
tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm doing. Soda time, homie. Yo, ¿era, güey?
That's right. Hey, la Scorpio Rising, she's sending her saludos. Hello to James and hello to Javier.
Saludos, Amy. Hopefully you're doing good. We all friend ours. Who else is on here? What's over there? Is IceTap.com?
Who?
El Ice, el hombre de hielitos.
Nah, he's probably working right now.
Yeah, homie. So we're gonna let me see. We're gonna do a live spread, homeboy. We're gonna put some shredded beef with some. Let me see, what is this? This is Vienna sausage, homie. Vienna spicy beef sausage, cubely. Chop that up with some fucking with some chicharrones, with some fucking a chili lime. Hell yeah, I came up with chili lime soup and mix it with like. I got a little bit like a little pack of dried shrimps and throw it in there. I think that'll be bomb. Like a soup, like a shrimp soup, you know?
Hell yeah.
But yeah, homie. Yeah, but hey, so do you remember? Okay, so that way I can continue through with my story and just go through the story because that was the whole purpose of me getting on here. And you know, I know I veered off course, you know, and I'm still doing it. You know, something will come up, like I'll tell my story, and then a certain certain topic or subject will come up, and then I'll veer off course, and I'll start talking about that. So I'm easily distracted from the main conversation. So, for that, I apologize if I lose people as far as where my story was at and how it goes. But, hold on.
Hey, Javi.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about.
I take the flick. I couldn't help it.
Talk about your prison stay.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about your prison days.
My prison stay?
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue with the regular thing. Like, remember, I think when I was on saying, well, you get these Shellies that brush your teeth, then they're brushing their teeth and they spit on the sink. They're supposed to spit it on the toilet and flush it. You get the ones that stand up and pee and get the meows all over the toilet seat, And then you get the ones that fucking when they wash the bowl, that's a major problem in this prison. You got a bunch of these dudes cooking this greasy ass food, and then when it's time to wash the bowls, they wash it in the sink, and then they dump all that greasy ass water in the sink, and it clogs all the pipes, homie. So like right now, my sink has been clogged for probably a month and a half. I'm constantly having a thick wire in there. So when I get a coaxial wire, and I make like my own little fucking. I got my own tool on top of my own sink, and then I got a handball and I cut it in half. And it's like a little homemade plunger. But the minute I unplug it, the minute they plug it again, because I got the only vecinos on me. My neighbors are constantly fucking throwing all the greasy ass water in the sink. So my sink stays clogged up. My fucking hot water don't work because they came and fixed the cold water but messed up the hot water. And then when they come and fix the hot water, they'll mess up the cold water. So I choose cold water, So I'm having to warm up hot water for everything. If I want to burn back, I got a bucket, and I put 2 stingers in there, and I just shoot them up with the stinger. And so these are like little things that I choose to do, because I could easily put in an email request to bring the plumbers to fix my shit, but every time they come fix it, they'll fix one thing and mess up the other. So I'm cool. I gave up on it. Like everybody tells me, hey, fool, why don't you call the plumbers to unclog your sink? I go, for what? They're gonna unclog the sink. They're gonna mess up my toilet, And then they fix up my toilet, they're gonna mess up my sink. It's just always something. So these are like little things that I just, I let it go. Fool, people trip out and go, man, I can't believe you ain't had hot water in your cell I'm going on 2 months with no hot water. And that's because every time they fix it, I get no cold water. So what the hell? And it's just a messed up prison. The whole plumbing, the whole way this prison was made is just all cool. Everything's just falling apart. Even the ventilation system, like every time I open my vent, like everybody covers their vent, so my vent is like blowing super hard, it knocks everything off my lockers and it makes a lot of noise. So right now I got half of it plugged in, but I know come like 5 o'clock after dinner I got to cover it. But yeah, homie, so yeah, like that, these little reglitas we're talking about, that they don't tell you. There's not an owner's manual or operating guide on how to operate in prison. So a lot of these kids think they could just come to prison and they're just going to continue to be who they are. And they end up finding out that, no, when you come into prison, you end up becoming who they want you to be. And you got to follow by certain rules. You can't act and do what you were doing in the streets. So that's what I found out. And that's what like you said, that's the first thing you didn't like was the prison politics. And I applaud you for not coming back. Because that's how quick. You were a quick learner, homie. Me, I wasn't. I think I ended up going to the county jail, 1, 2, 3, a good 7 times before I finally got a prison sentence. So they kept giving me breaks, homie. They kept giving me breaks. The first 3 times they kept sending me home on an OR release for stealing cars. I was a car thief. And I was constantly getting in trouble. I never got, but right in 1990, I got busted for something else that had to do with the gun. There was I got busted for attempted murder and drive-by and all kinds of shit. And the witnesses were making shit up. So I was like, oh shit, this shit is just got real. They're saying that they seen me do that, and it was not true. They were pointing the finger at me, and it was raining, it was foggy, and they really couldn't. So in 1990, I was already busted for fucking, I was fighting another murder, and then after that, another murder. So it was like back to that, and twice. It took them twice before they finally realized, like, hey, you know what? This dude really is doing something, And I thought I was doing good. I thought I was doing good. I thought I was being slick. I was, yeah.
Hey, so you're telling me that that you beat a case, you got released on a prior one, and then you caught another one. You didn't see the writing on the wall for the first one.
Hey, but because the first one was like, I mean, I had something to do with the second one. The first one, fool, I'm telling you, fool, I went to somebody's house, somebody pulled out a gun, and they lit it up. Somebody had a Uzi, and they lit up a house, and I happened to be in that car. So when we got busted, they were fucking pointing the finger on me, and the lawyer told me, look, man, you're done. You got three eyewitnesses saying that you did it. That's what I'm getting at. Like, I have no witnesses on this one that I'm doing a license for, and I have more witnesses on the other one, and they acquitted me. They dismissed it, actually. The witnesses recanted. You know what they mean by what I mean by recanted?
They changed the statements.
Yeah, they switched up. Yeah, they changed the statement, so I had to, on a fluke, so my lawyer came up to me and goes, check this out, man, today's your lucky day, but you got to sign for the gun. And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't have the gun. He goes, it don't matter. That's the deal right now. Take it or leave it. The DA knows that you were there. The witnesses, they believe they've been tampered with, and now they're changing their statements, so they can't go on with the trial. So this is the deal. You sign for the gun right now, and we'll let you go today, right now. I'm like, who's not going to do that, right? So I'm like, fuck, I wanted to leave. So give me that shit, and I signed for it, homie. And that's the worst mistake I could have done, homie. Because they used that case to convince, so when I was going to trial, the district attorney, they seen that I was already involved in that kind of shenanigans, and they're like, okay, well, this fool, who's to say that he didn't do it? You know, even though they didn't have no evidence on the second one. Like nothing. They had no eyewitness. They had no murder weapon. They had no fingerprints, and I got convicted on nothing but hearsay. But they used a lot on my past arrest history. So because I got arrested for another one in 1990, here it is, 1992, 93, 92, 92, 93. You know, this happens, and yeah. So it was just. You know, it just painted a picture of me being like a vicious person, too, and it just, that's the way it happened. And there was no evidence on this one, and it blew my mind, homie, like that they could put somebody in prison for life without no physical evidence, no eyewitness. Nobody could actually say that they seen me do it or seen me pick up the dude. They're supposedly saying that they picked him up to the house in front of his mom's house, and they picked him up with the money and the dough. And they took him and they killed him in the freeway, right? So that's the theory. That's the district attorney's fucking storyline. The theory. That's what happened. They robbed him. They took his money and they killed him. So yeah, and then I got acquitted of the robbery, and they found me guilty of the murder. So I'm like, so what is it? They're saying that first they killed the dude, and then they robbed him.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
But yeah, fool, that's how fucked up, and that's how messed up the justice system is, and I'll be the first one to tell you that it don't work. It's not true. They got it completely wrong, you know. And my story has never changed. When I go to board, I same story every time. I'm not going to switch it. I'm not going to change it. I was there. I set up a drug deal. Yes, in a way I did. Even though I didn't pull the trigger, but I did. In a way, I did kill the dude because I put him in a dangerous situation with dangerous people. So. That's my part of the crime, you know. I participated in a drug deal where somebody got killed. What?
You did that, homie. You did that.
Yeah, homie. So pretty much that's what it was, bro. Like they knew that the district attorney told me. I remember he pulled me I was in the county jail, and they called me like on a special visit. And they snatched me up and they interrogated me in the room, fool, and they were roughing me out, fool. They were pretty, like, putting hands on me. They're like, look, man, we know you didn't kill this dude. We know you were there. We know you set up the drug deal. We know you know who killed him. You know that all these other dudes that are busted for the same case and for other murders that you didn't get charged for, you know that you've seen that too. So all we want is for you to fucking help us convict all these dudes, get them out the street. You know they're dangerous, you know they're killing people, and you're just going to let them go. You know, because if you let them go and you don't help us convict, you're just as guilty as they are because you're fucking covering for them, you know? And and he told me, if you don't help me convict, you're gonna serve the rest of your life in prison. And he kept his word, fool. He railroaded me. He made sure the attorney, like there was a bunch of witness, what's it called, jury tampering. There was about jury misconduct, and I should have got a mistrial at the lowest. I should have got a mistrial, and then boom, we get busted. My attorney goes back on appeal, and then boom, they let him go. They let him go, like right there and then, like wow, anything that you get busted with, if you got a crime, and then whatever he gets, you're supposed to get the same equal kind of treatment, but they didn't give me that, homie. They said that because my lawyer invited to error, therefore, my case is not going to be overturned. It's affirmed. Oh, man, fool, I'll never forget, fool, when I read it. When I got my appeal, my return, they returned my appeal, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? They're letting out this dude, and they're going to keep me. Okay, so I just gave up, bro. I gave up. I said, I'm just not going to fucking keep fighting this shit. Fuck it,
Hey, Javi, so
Yeah.
I got to come back to reality. It's about that time of the day. I got to start getting ready. I got to go take my mijita over to the escuela. But, I want to go ahead and want to go ahead and give you, the thanks, for jumping on. And then also, I want to give everybody that's on TikTok and on YouTube, listening to the conversation here. I want to give a shout out to KC_fan. She's sending out a lot of corazones, hearts. We got Marlene. We got Oldies Forever. Who else do we got in here? Let me see. Yeah, they've been active on the. What we actually had, and I didn't mention this to you while we're in the live, but there was a guy that came on here, Ray.California, and I guess he did some time. So he was mentioning about like going to the parole board and whatnot, and we also had Tammy in here. And we had Kimberly
Le
Williams.
queda un restante de 60 segundos.
And last but not least, we had Amy in here on YouTube. So, I'm going to hand off the mic to you so you could go do your thing, and then we'll go ahead and part ways.
Okay, so yeah, Simon, the same ones that you sent shout-outs to, I'll send my shout-outs to. Salud for everybody that, that tapped in. And, yeah, man, I mean, for those that are not there, like ICEMAN and Fish Layer SoCal. I'm always going to have a hard time remembering to say that long name. Fish Layer SoCal. That's the big homie right there. That's the homito right there, homie. And the homie Richard in Colorado. Saludos to him. Saludos a la Biddy K if she ain't tapped in. I'm pretty sure she's been like, if she don't tap in, she'll listen to like the recording version, the playlist. But, yeah, so, yeah, un chingo gracias, and I'm pretty much almost towards the end.
All right, so, shout out, hey, thank you, Yvette, 562, really appreciate that. And like I said around here, life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, we are out.